What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Oh, look at how festive we are today, man. Oh my god. I have been waiting, no joke, months to put up my fall stuff. Oh, I've been waiting. Last week, or it might be 2 weeks ago now, I did a video making 3 looks with the new ABH NORVINA Volume 1 collection palette, and I absolutely loved this palette. On first glance, because it has so many brights and there's a lot of pinks and purples in there, you could sort of think that maybe it's only good for summer, but I was pretty convinced looking at parts of the palette that this could be excellent for fall, like bomb ass fall palette as well. So I decided to sit down today and do 3 fall inspired looks with the NORVINA Volume 1. Now, I filmed the first look in this video last week before I got the Naked Honey palette. Then I took a break and filmed Naked Honey and then came back and finished filming this video. So the first look will have different stuff in the background. Just try to ignore that. Think of it as the progression of seasons as we go through this video. Also, obviously, I have already done a video about this, so if you're curious about my review of it, then you can just jump over to that video. I will link it down below. I'll also pop it up here on the screen if you want to watch that first. That has a little review at the end, which is also timestamped in the description of that video. Before we get into it, please don't forget to leave a like on this video because that really helps me a lot and I appreciate it. And also, if you are newish around here, maybe you've watched a video or 2 or 3 or 4, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe because I would love to have you around for more videos, and also because it's the law. You have to. I don't know if you heard, they just passed it last week. I know, it's crazy, but you have to now. There's not a whole lot to get out of the way today. We can just get right down to business. So without further ado, let's get right into look number 1, fall inspired with the NORVINA Volume 1 palette. Okay, for the first look, I'm going to start by going into the shade D1 here. If you look at it on camera, it looks pretty much like a bright yellow in the pan, but it has a bit of like a greenish chartreuse undertone. So I kind of want to like lean into that shade a little bit and mix it with the other fallish tones in the palette. Just get like a green falling leaf that's half turned, kind of a feel to it maybe. I don't know. That's where my head is at though. Start by putting that through the crease area, but I think I'm also going to bring that down all the way over the lid as well and then blend it out. I'm going to pick up a flat shader brush and go into a little bit more of that shade and just pack it down over the rest of the lid. On a BH number 7 brush, I'm going to go into the shade E3, which is this kind of caramel shade. I'm going to pack that on the outer portion of the lid. I'm going to bring that up almost about halfway across the mobile lid area. And then I'm going to also bring it through my crease a little bit. On a MAC 221S brush, I'm going to go into this brownish burgundy shade C5. And I'm going to do the same thing that I just did with E3, but I'm going to keep it in a slightly more concentrated area than we did with that. And then on a Sigma E36 brush, I'm going to go into the shade E5. And again, same shape, but keeping it in an even smaller space. Okay, I concealed underneath my eyes, put down some powder, and now we're going to start working on the lower lashes. I'm going to grab my NABLA pointed crease brush and go into the shade E3. I'm going to run that across the entire lower lash line. I'm going to grab a lash line smudger brush and I'm going to go into the shade E5. And I'm going to use that to define the lower lashes on the bottom, just right around the outside edge. For the waterline, wow, big surprise. Never used this one before. Never seen this pencil before in my life, quite frankly. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil in the color Torch. And for the inner corner, I'm going to go into the shade C2. I'm picking that up on a LUXE 141 mini and I wet that with a little bit of setting spray. I'm just going to pop it right on the inner corner just to brighten that up a bit. I'm going to go finish off this eye, add some mascara and lashes and some skin, and we will add a lip to this look. Okay, added lashes. I finished my skin. I added a few freckles because I felt like that would kind of just like freshen it up a little bit. And for the lip, I don't know why, but since I pictured this look in my head, I've been imagining it with a really simple glossy lip, but something that's almost in like the grayish tone area. And I swear I had a ColourPop shade that would fit this description, but I can't find it. I don't know what I did with that. But I do have the Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine Gloss in this shade 1993. And although this looks very brownish in the tube, these are really sheer, and I think it'll be exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna keep it really simple with this look and use this for the lip. And this is the first look. All right, I took a little break in between filming these looks and I came back, with the mood set. Look, it's fall, you guys. So for look number 2, I think I want to play around with oranges this time. So I'm gonna start with the shade E2. Picking that up on a BH number 6 and starting around the crease as usual. And once that color's down, just blending the top of it with a clean brush. On a MAC 221S brush, I'm gonna go into the shade E5. I'm gonna use that to deepen up the crease. And I'm also gonna put that on the outer corner. This shade, I've noticed if you're not cautious, because it is so dark, it gets a little bit messy, but it's very blendable, so it's not too hard to get control over the situation again. On my Sigma E36 brush, I'm gonna go into shade D5, which is black. I'm just gonna run that through the crease and the outer corner, keeping it really, really concentrated though. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of a light concealer and put it on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna grab my NABLA Cut Crease Maker brush, and I'm just gonna cut like the inner portion of the crease to give myself a little bit more room to place down some more colors. I feel like people wind up doing cut creases a lot, but I think the reason for that is because it provides the lid space that we all wish we really had. And whenever I say that, you guys are always like, you have a ton of lid space. I have a ton of lid space from my lash line to my brow, but the actual lid portion, like the mobile lid, is pretty small. So we extend that with a cut crease. Okay, I like the idea of keeping the inner portion of this really light. So I'm gonna go into C1, which is the white shade in this palette. I actually haven't dipped into this yet, but word on the internet is that this is one of the best white eyeshadows on the market. So I'm excited to try it. I'm gonna pack that over the inner portion of that cut. All right, that's a pretty damn good white. I don't know if it's the best one on the market, but it's nice and bright. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade C2, picking that up on the same flat brush, just dampening that with a little bit of setting spray. I'm gonna place that down next to the white. Just wiping that brush off, I'm gonna go into the shade C3, placing that down next to the gold. And I'm patting that down over some of the darker shades that we put in the outer corner, because that way it kind of blends over the top of them by adding a little bit of that shine. All right, I concealed and powdered underneath my eyes. I left a little bit of excess powder on because I noticed last time that this palette had quite a bit of fallout. I'm gonna go back into the shade E2 on a NABLA pointed crease brush, and I'm gonna drag that underneath my lower lash line. And just sweep it around the corner up into the top. My NABLA Lash Line Smudger brush, I'm gonna go into the shade E5, which is the burgundy shade we used to deepen the crease initially, and I'm going to stamp that on the outer corner of the eye and hook that around to meet the crease color and blend that together with the NABLA pointed crease brush again. For the waterline, I'm gonna pick up my tried and true, my trusty fave, the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil in the color Torch. I'm gonna finish up this eye. I'm gonna add some mascara and lashes, and then we will add a lip to this look. All right, I added lashes. I fixed up my skin. I'm gonna do like a burgundy red, and I think I wanna add gloss, but I haven't quite decided yet. So I'm gonna line my lip and fill the whole lip in with the Auburn lip pencil from MAC, one of my favorite fall pencils. And if I decide that it needs a little bit of gloss, I'm gonna add this Rose Pearl gloss from By Beauty. All right, change of plans, hang on. I'm gonna put a little bit of Fenty Freckle Fiesta in the middle because I think I need to smooth this out a little bit, and I did this combo the other day in a different video and I like the way it looks, so that's what we're gonna do. And this is the second look. Okay, for look number 3, I want to do a big smoked out kind of a wing using the shadows in the palette. I'm going to start with my BH number 7 brush, and I'm going to go into the shade C4. Taking a very small amount of that on the brush because this is going to be kind of the transition that the rest of the wing blends out into. So I'm just going to kind of get like a rough outline shape with it and then blend it into like a very soft color. Hopefully. If I don't do that, then we'll change the plan accordingly. So I'm just using that brush and a little tiny bit of the shadow on it just to create that shape very roughly. So I'm gonna grab my MAC 268S brush. This is my favorite brush for doing a wing with shadows. We're gonna go into the shade E5. This time I'm gonna make a much more definite shape with that brush, just using the angle of it to stamp down where I want that to be. And then just gonna fill in the center with more of that shadow. When I primed my eyes, I knew there wasn't a light enough transition shade that's like a neutral brown in here, so I just defined my crease a tiny bit before I started with my bronzer. With that BH number 7 brush, again, I'm gonna go back into a little bit of the shade C4, and I'm just gonna blend the edges of that out. I'm gonna pick up that same brush again. I'm gonna go into the shade D5, which is the black shade. I'm gonna repeat that same process again, but this time just keeping it a little bit more concentrated to the center. Okay, I'm not super thrilled with how the more purpley shade C4 is looking on the lid, so I'm gonna grab my little Sigma E36 brush and I'm gonna go into the shade C5, and I'm just gonna, I already started on this side, run that over the whole edge of where we made that wing. I'm gonna leave the black in the center because I like the way that's looking, but for the rest of it, I'm just gonna deepen it up with that shade. Just feel like the purple was too purpley and not really giving me the fall vibes that I wish for right now. Concealed, and I put down so much powder because there is a bit of fallout with the matte shades in this palette, so I just want to be careful. So I'm going to go back into C5 again. This time I'm taking my NABLA pointed crease brush and I'm going to use that to start smoking out the lower lashes. And I'm going to blend the edge of that out with a clean brush. To lean into the fall vibes of this, I'm gonna take a pencil brush and I'm gonna go into the shade C2, which is the gold shade in this palette, and I'm gonna pop that on the inner corner. That's without wetting it at all, by the way. That's how intense the metallics in this palette are. And for the waterline, I'm gonna take the color Alkaline from Urban Decay, which is this deep burgundy. Love this shade. I'm just gonna run that through the top and bottom waterline. Now all that's left is mascara and lashes, so I'm going to take care of that, and then we'll finish this look off with whatever I decide is the appropriate lip. I haven't really come up with that yet. For the lip to go with this look, I think I want to offset it with some warm tones to bring back in that fall feeling, since it did go a little bit more in the purple direction than I was expecting. So what I'm going to do on the lip is line them with the original Lolita pencil and then fill them in with the Lolita 2 liquid lipstick, because this kind of has a bit of an orange tone to it, but it's still kind of like brownish, fallish, and I just think they'll go very nicely together. And this is the third look. So that is all 3 looks. I had a good time doing these yet again. This palette is still bomb. I was correct in assuming that it could also be a bomb-ass fall palette. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what is your favorite palette for fall this year. Honestly, I'm having a very hard time deciding because I am having a moment where I love all of it. I'm like very into everything that I've been working with lately and very excited to create, so it's very hard to pick a favorite. Please don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, because it's very helpful to me. And also, if you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe because you don't want to miss out on future videos. Oh god, There's so many more coming. I just never stop. If you want to keep up with me between videos, if you want to see close-ups of the makeup, you want to know when videos go live, you want to take part in polls, you want to see me unbox my PR, you want to see my lip art and more complicated makeup looks that don't usually make their way here to YouTube, go follow me on Instagram. I'm at Ms. Quinface over there, and I would love to have you be part of that little family as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these 3 fall looks. I'm excited for more fall videos to come. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next one. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Ah, fuck, my camera's about to die. Charlie? You gonna jingle jangle all day, bud? This tastes like shit today. My shoulders hurt. My back hurts. Okay, so I finished my skin, I added some freckles, I added some lashes, and I'm thinking words come out, like the words. So I'm just, I got it.